4.Spotlight, 9 класс, страница 70, Going Green Form, Reading and Listening. Look at the graph about e-waste. Which of these devices do you own? Which have you replaced recently? What did you do with the old ones? What is e-waste? Monitors 10%, televisions, computers, telephones, faxes, printers, etc. DVDs, VCRs, players, CD players, radios, hi-fi sets, etc. Refrigerators, washing machines, dryers, air conditioners, vacuum cleaners, coffee machines, toasters, irons, etc. Electronic waste. 2. How can e-waste be a problem? How can we help? Listen and read to find out. Read the text to find the best word A to D for each gap. Compare with your partner. E-waste. Why so much junk? There's no doubt that electronic and electric goods do help make our lives much easier, but unfortunately there's an money price expense cost to pay for this. As technology advances at a faster pace each year, appliances and gadgets quickly become outdated. No one wants to be left behind in the technology race, so they go out and buy the latest models. The old devices just get thrown away over or down. Electronic equipment has now become more available and less costly. That means that people often replace their old computers and TVs instead of getting them repaired. Very often it is more expensive to repair an item than to buy a new one. But this practice designs, creates, develops, brings tons of electronic waste or e-waste. In the USA alone, people get rid of about 250 million computers a year, and only 10% are recycled. E-waste holds, carries, contains, includes over 1,000 chemicals, many of which are very toxic. Most e-waste currently backs up, includes, finishes, ends up in landfills where chemicals and heavy metals such as lead, cadmium, chromium, and mercury gradually leak into the soil. So what's the big deal? Many of these chemicals are highly toxic and can eventually cause great harm to people. E-waste that is burnt rather than dumped in a landfill also releases less, causes toxic gases into the air. E-waste is a problem, but fortunately all is not gone, lost, ended, finished. Manufacturers are starting to push, convince, persuade, encourage more recycling and reduce the number of toxic chemicals they use. In fact, making their products more environmentally friendly has become a good selling point. Also, many countries that used to export their e-waste to poorer countries have now signed treaties to stop this practice. It is not just up to the governments and the businesses to tackle e-waste. We can all do something. Looking after your equipment means you won't need to replace it so often. A little easy, simple, plain, straight maintenance like buying a new part or getting an expert to service a device can make all the difference to the environment. It will save you money too. A helpful idea for dealing with in-out for e-waste is to sell or donate old appliances and electronic items to someone who can still use them. For example, instead of throwing our old computer out, We could take it to a technician. As technicians are often involved in computer maintenance, they would find their components useful in their repair work. The main way to get rid of e-waste efficiently is to recycle it. Old mobile phones, batteries, and many other objects can all be taken to recycling banks. If a household object like a fridge or washing machine is too big for us to take ourselves, our local council can arrange to come round and transport, carry, collect, bring it. Many private recycling companies are also willing to do this. 4. Read their texts and match each text A to G with its heading 1 to 8. You can only use each heading once. There is one extra heading, a way to reuse things, an improvement on the past, a question of size, some care required, the need to upgrade, the cost to the environment, more modern solutions, and euro is cheaper. 5a. Match the words phrases in bold with their meanings below. Why is this important? Damage poisonous at the moment, speed little by little, parts thrown away, give for free, agreements old-fashioned. B. Use some of the words in bold in the text in the correct form to complete their sentences 1 to 5. That book about computers was written in 1990s. It's so now. Many factories emit fumes. I can't keep up with the fast of technology. If you don't want that printer anymore, why don't you eat to the local primary school? Look at all this rubbish that people have here. Going green. 4. Speaking 6a. Prepare to give a talk by making notes under the headings in the table. What is e-waste? Electric products that we throw away. Why is e-waste a problem? What can we do about it? B. You are going to give a talk about e-waste. You will have to start in 1.5 minutes and speak for not more than 2 minutes. Remember to say why e-waste is a problem, what things we can do about it, what do you think the best solution is. You have to talk continuously. 7. Read the saying. What does it mean to you? Discuss words of wisdom. Waste is a tax on the whole people. Albert Atwood.